Hello, everyone. Welcome. All right, let me just make sure that y'all don't hear me repeat on here. There we go. Okay. No. Yeah. All right, I fixed it. Cool. Okay. So let me I just want to pull up my YouTube here on my phone. Where we at? Okay. How is everybody doing today? So, uh, there we go. I got it. I got it. All right. Hello, gorgeous cuz. Okay, how is everybody doing today? I just barely got home. We went to the beach and we're collecting sea glass. We were playing with the dogs over there, my boys, they were running around being crazy. So yeah, we had a good time. We had fun. Now I'm just sipping some coffee to like re-energize myself because my goodness, that was a workout. Okay, so I am going to be doing the tarot deck unboxing for the VOX, the Voice of Tarot, VOX Arcana. Voice of Tarot, VOX Arcana. And this one is, it says the traditionally innovative collective deck. Let's see. All right. Yeah, so very nice box. I really like this because it is a hard box. So if you want to keep them, if you want to store them in this box, it's a very durable box. And a lot of times you'll find decks in, let's see, thought I had. You'll find decks that have like the part where it kind of like lifts up and then you take the cards out like that, but this one's really nice because it has like this lid that kind of slides down over, so this part goes inside of the top, so it's a nice box, if you want to keep them and store them in the box. I don't usually keep my cards in the box. Once I unbox, that's it. Okay. So we are going to be going through this together because I have not taken the seal off of these guys. And I was like, let's do it together. Let me go ahead and unbox them so I could do a review as well. And if you guys are interested in this deck, you guys can let me know. I can place your orders for you. I do sell these decks. This deck is $26.95. That is not including shipping. $26.95 plus what you would pay for shipping. So right here, we got the back of it, the back side, and then this is the full. And let me go ahead and take the plastic off. Hi, Desert Siren. Hello, you guys. Try to not break a nail. I broke a nail at Dave & Buster's the other day. I didn't go and get it fixed either. It's this one. We were at Dave & Buster's and I was like really going at it, trying to tap some ass, and I chipped the tip of my nail. I chipped the tip, but we're good. So, okay. Let me go ahead and put this over here. All right. So here we go. We got the full. And I really love this this card. Oh, that's a really nice one too, the Magician. Wait till y'all see. I really love this card because look at all the keys that are around him. I haven't seen a tarot deck that had the full with keys around him like this, like so many keys. And look at this dog with the floppy ears and then the cat kind of holding on for dear life. And he's got a little bit of a nervous look on him. with his hand to his head, but at the same time it's like, you can tell he's pretty carefree. Usually when you see the Fool, you'll see like him kind of stepping off of like a mountain, and usually with a dog. But in this one there's a cat included. So when you're reading tarot, looking at the animals that are in there, if there's a cat, if there's dogs, if there's if you see fish, if you see mermaids, if you see any type of birds or anything like that, all of those animals in each card represent different things. So when you look at this, you can see that his bag is open, those keys are like kind of coming out of the bag. The keys representing different opportunities, doors to opportunities, having the keys to unlock those doors. And and the back is really nice too. Look at this, is the back. It's a nice design. I wonder if each card has a different, no, this card has the same design. The quality is really good. It's got a nice gloss finish to it. Nice gloss. It's borderless. There's no border around it. So sometimes you'll see cards that have like a border. And then the image is a little smaller. So the whole card is pretty much the whole image of the card. So it's really nice. Hey, Calavera. Let's see. Desert Siren said, "Dude, I broke a nail inside a turkey one Thanksgiving." LOL, are you serious? Oh no. Did you tell anybody, or like did you just leave it in there? There was one time, and my mom don't watch YouTube, so it's okay. At least I don't think she does. But there was one time that my mom had made some rice, and it's funny because I'm gonna make rice after this video. My mom had made rice, and we're eating, and we're all eating. I think we had like rice, beans, and like tortillas, typical Mexican meal. And while I'm eating, I'm like, I scoop up a scoop of rice with a fork, and I just see a hair like string along, and I'm like, Mom, like your hair is in the food. And she's like, oh, she's like, you found my secret ingredient. I was like, ew. She was like it's like finding the baby Jesus in the what is that, the rosca, I think it's called the rosca, I think it's called. I don't know. Correct me. I don't know if it's called a rosca. I think it's called the bread that has the baby Jesus in it, and then whoever finds it makes tamales. That thing. This one is so dope, you guys. Oh my god. If y'all like to read tarot, or if y'all like to collect tarot, look at this magician card. He's got constellations in his cape. Like, or her cape. I think this is one of those decks that's like non-binary. I think that's how it's called, right? Non-binary, right? Where it's like it could be male, it could be female, it could be both. It's a they. So, like, traditional, you see the cup, you see the swords, you see the pentacles. The magician always has all of those, because it's pentacles, swords, wands, which I think is what he has in his hand, or she has in they have in their hand. I want to say that's a wand right there. Because when you look at the table, you see the chalice, you can see the pentacles, and you can see the sword. And I want to assume that that's a wand in their hand. And look at that sun behind them, like very enlightened, like very wise, very enlightened, very magical, very in tune with the night sky, but also the sun, the day of the sun, so having that balance of light and dark, night and day, yin and yang. And this is the magician, master manifester. Okay, the king cake, LOL, yes. Calavera said, whoever finds the nail gets $5, LOL. 10 if they don't tell nobody. Oh my gosh. And then we got the high priestess. I'm gonna try to I guess if I speed it up, because we got a lot of cards to go through, like these are a lot of cards. So I will try to I like to take my time with these ones, because the art is just, look at that, like she's looking into her book. And this one's very different because the high priestess has like that scroll in her hand, traditionally has like a scroll, in her hand, but in this one she's like showing a book, and this book has like it's the yin and yang. There's some like writings in here. And also she has this key, that key in her hand. And if you look at her hand shape right here, like the form that she's doing with her hand, that's like mood, is it a mudra? I believe like some mudras are like the hand signs. So very magical, very in tune, very connected to the lunar energies, because you can see the different moon phases behind her. She also has a moon at her third eye. And she's not really like, her eyes, she's kind of looking off to the side. Like if you look, she's like looking off to the side. She's not really looking straight ahead. She's looking sideways. So that leaves a lot of room for intuitive interpretations right there. Very beautiful. I love the flowers too. Okay. Calavera said yes, secrecy pays. Um Desert Siren said I left it. LOL. I looked, I couldn't find it. So LOL. Yep, mudras. Okay, mudras. Yeah, mudras are those sacred hand symbols. Um, and that's what she's doing right here. And also holding that key, holding a key, but also holding a mudra. Okay. The Empress. Ooh, look at the Empress. She's got like a halo of energy just going around her. And this one has, let's see, one, two, yeah. Okay. So with the Empress, and I just wanted to make sure, because with the traditional Empress, she does have a crown that holds 12 stars, 12 for each month of the year. So in this one, I counted them. She does have the 12 stars going around her halo. So representing the 12 months of the year. And yeah, I really love this. Look at the, like, just the flowers in the backgrounds. Those look like to me, they almost look like poppies. I want to say they look like poppies. And she looks kind of like she looks very, like, very depicted, very young, very like the, almost like a maiden, because you can see that she's got like her freckles. She looks very youthful, very beautiful. And she's got like her adornments of gold, her nice cuff, her gold cuff. She's got gold buttons right there, holding up her very beautiful gown, very sheer, very sexy, but also very like classy, very like not very provocative. She's like covered up, but it's still very sexy. If you could see that, it's kind of like cut off at her hips. It's not covering her hips, it's just kind of going right in between her legs. And then right here we have like what is this almost looks like some type of a bird. See, when I look at it, I almost see like a thunderbird, but it could also be some type of like eagle, or some type of, I don't know. To me, when I looked at it at first, it really reminded me of like a thunderbird, but it's not a Native American deck, so I'm not really too sure what type of bird you guys see. And again, when you're reading tarot, it's all, your interpretation comes from your intuition. So when you look at these cards, don't feel like you have to go based off of like traditionally what people, because there's so many takes on it. Like everything, every element that is in a card represents something different. Ooh, look at the Emperor. And this Emperor is so powerful. Look at, holding all that power within his hand. He's got some lightning bolts right here. He's got like a ball of energy, an orb. The sun representing his strength. And when we have the Emperor and the Empress, so when you see the emperor. The emperor is like the counterpart of the empress. So the emperor is being very gentle, very loving, very sensual, very nurturing, creativity, fertility. And then we got the emperor. The emperor is strong, bold, courageous, powerful. So they balance each other. When you see the empress and the emperor, those are like the balances between the two. Okay. Hey, Rebecca. Oh my God, look at this one. Look at that Hierophant. This has got to be the most awesome Hierophant I have ever seen. Look at that beautiful Hierophant. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. The Hierophant is actually a tree. You see that? And then the students, like, because when you see the Hierophant, it's like the teacher, and then you see like in what is it, in the more traditional deck, you see two people facing the teacher. But I've seen other decks where it'll be like the instructor, like who is it, the Witch's Tarot, I believe. Everyday, yeah, the Everyday Witches Tarot. The Everyday Witches Tarot, you'll see like the meditation instructor, and then the two students, which are I believe that they're children that are learning how to meditate from the instructor, from the teacher. So with this one is very, I love their take on the Hierophant. It's amazing. And these, they look like rabbits, but they have little horns on their heads. It's a very beautiful card. Okay. Oh, look at the lovers. Look at the lovers. It's like everything is dark in this picture but them. And these two they look like orange trees, and then the sun. It's like nothing else exists but the two of them. It's a very beautiful symbolism. I love that. Oh, and there's a number 6 in there. I just saw, like, it looks like there's like a calendar in the background. You can see right here. It looks like a calendar page, and it has the number 6. I love that, how they're including the numbers in the love that card, right? Desert Siren says, we have to remember intuitive reading is the same as when the artist draws, paints a deck. It's their interpretation of how they see it, so we can see what we want to see. No right or wrong. Ache. Yes, Desert Siren. Yes, I love that. I love that. And that's what like, that's also what I like to explain to people too, because I don't teach how to read tarot, but my way of reading tarot, and I've had I've sat in on classes, and the classes that I have sat in on, they're always like very open, like, whatever it is that you see, that is the message that is coming to you. And that's really how I read tarot. I do have the books because I do think it's interesting to read other people's interpretations of each card. I like that because it does help me to see other things, like, oh, I didn't think of that. But at the same time, their message is not going to be like, that's not going to be my message. And then also too, it really all depends on what cards come up together. So it's almost like each card has like a sentence, and then putting them together creates a paragraph. So when you see one card, and then this would mean one thing, but it all depends on the cards that are surrounding it, the card that's after it, the cards that's before it. And that would change the meaning of this card, just depending on what this one says and what this one says, and then that whole story together. So yes, I love that you mentioned that. That's very important for everybody to know. And I feel like that's one of the things that makes people shy away from learning how to read tarot, or starting to dive into tarot is because they think that there's so much that you have to remember, or that you have to what's that word, that you have to memorize, and you really don't have to memorize anything, because it's your interpretation. It's what you see in those cards, the messages that pop out to you when you're doing a reading for yourself, or when you're doing a reading for other people. Really looking at those key components of what's in the card. What colors are you seeing? What numbers are you seeing? What animals are in the card? What are they doing in that card? And then those things will kind of pop out to you. Like when we get into the chalices, or the cups, seeing a lot of water. Cups represents emotions, and when you think about it, what does a cup hold? A cup holds liquid, whether it be water or wine. It's a liquid, so that would represent the water element. So just kind of learning those little things kind of helps for people to get more comfortable with being like, okay, with whatever I see in that card, it would most likely connect with emotions because it represents water. But water also represents fluidity, the flow of things, the flow of energy, fluidity and water. Um, and also, like, when you think of water, water really takes on the form of whatever vessel you put it into. So knowing that, like, connecting those elements, because the tarot is very connected to zodiac, it's very connected to the elements. So if you learn that as well, I feel like that's, like, maybe that's something that I would recommend to learn, because I'm still learning which cards go with which zodiacs, because I know the swords represent Libra, and I love that, because the swords are usually a double-edged blade, so when you see Libra and the scales, it's two scales. When you look at the swords, you see the double-edged blade, so you can kind of get the idea of where Libra is connected to the swords. Yeah, so those are all really, thank you so much, Desert Siren, for putting that on there. Yeah, that's a very, very good point to make. Thank you. The chariot, look at this chariot. Look at that. I love that they put a mermaid, and look at the moons. Look at that crab up there. That's what, Capricorn, right? Crab is Capricorn. And then we got the seahorses. And look at how one of the seahorses has a heart, the other one has a moon. The heart and the moon. So very balanced. And what I love about seahorses is that the seahorses are like one of the only males that actually give birth to the babies. So the males are, it's not the females, it's the males that birth the babies. So I really love that. It's so beautiful. I love it. It kind of reminds me of the Little Mermaid a little bit. In the Little Mermaid, when they're in the seashells and they're like, now I feel like watching the Little Mermaid. I love that. Um, Hi, Ottoman. How are you? Crab is Cancer. Oh, thank you. Crab is Cancer. Yes. Crab is Cancer, but the sea goat is Capricorn. Yes. Okay. All right. Then we got Strength. Oh, look at that. Strength. That is so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I'm trying to see if I see that, because traditionally in the Strength card, you can see a infinity symbol, but in this one I don't see it. But she's still, what she is doing though is she's got one hand near the mouth of the lion and the other hand up to the sky. So that's still very, like, very representation of, kind of controlling that, not, being strong, but also knowing when you need to control yourself, having that self control, because yeah, anybody could, anybody could be like rowdy and pop off, but really that true strength is in the control of yourself, the control of your words, the control of your actions. So that's a very beautiful card. So I love the purples, the purple, the red. Yeah, it's so pretty. Oh, look at her eyes. She's got fire in her eyes. This is the VOX Arcana. Voice of Tarot, VOX Arcana. Okay. Hi, Lisa. All right, the Hermit. The Hermit is very different in here. Very different, because usually the Hermit is like an elder who has like a cloak over him, who's holding a lantern, and this Hermit is very different. So again, each deck is going to be really different, all based on the art of, the artist and their interpretations. Oh, you can see that he does have a lantern. He has a lantern right here. So you can see he has that lantern. And when I look at this, the main thing that's sticking out to me is those roses, those bright colored roses. That's like the pop of color on this card. And then you can also see the moon. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Oh no, that's not even those are different like different planets in the background. I thought that was a moon at first. This looks like Saturn. That looks like Saturn right here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Ottoman. She's like, girl, them brows on fleek. Lisa said, interesting. I'm a newbie here, learning something new as I see the cards, right? It's just all about looking at each, when you connect with each card, is divination is not, it's not that hard. I feel like what the hardest thing is, oh, that card just fell. What the hardest thing is, hold on, let me try to get it. The hardest thing is letting go of the self-doubt. That's gonna be the hardest exercise, is allowing yourself to see what you see in the card, understanding the message that's coming to you, and then not doubting what you're feeling from that image. So that's really the main exercise, is looking at something, seeing what comes to you, and then working on not doubting yourself, because it's going to happen. You're gonna you're gonna doubt what it is that's coming to you. It's part of the exercise, is getting comfortable, and getting comfortable, and also getting, hold on one second. Okay, sorry you guys, I'm picking up a lot of background noise. So I don't even know what I was saying. All right, so this is the wheel, and this would be like the wheel of fortune. So you can see down here, her apple doesn't have, like, her apple is just like, it's perfect, it's beautiful, right? It's got the leaves on it, it's like it's freshly picked. Whereas this apple up here, it's got some worms in it, it's bitten, there's no green on it, you can tell it's kind of old. So when you see this, and then you see that wheel in the middle, knowing that it's like a cycle. It's a cycle of new beginnings, and things kind of like, when you have new beginnings, something has to kind of die off, like the old has to die off for something new to come. So the wheel of fortune is like a constant obstacle of things beginning and things ending, things beginning and things ending. So when you look at this image, you could see this fresh, beautiful apple, and then up here, I'm going to just turn it reverse so that you can kind of see. And this also makes for really good
reversal readings. So you when you read tarot, you can choose to only read upright positions, or you can choose to read both reverse and upright. So reversals will mean pretty much the opposite, whereas the wheel of fortune will let you know that, things are coming to an end, but new things are going to evolve, but if you have it reversed, then this would kind of represent holding on to the old and not letting the new come into your life, because you're holding on to what you have right now, even though what you have right now is no longer what it used to be. you know used to be this fresh, beautiful fruit. Now it's like this, like, it's I still think it's pretty because I like weird stuff. Like, it's still pretty. But you wouldn't want to eat a fruit that has worms coming out of it, and um this like black, it's like, what is that? Like black, I don't know if that's fire. It could be fire, it could be funk, it could be whatever it is that you see it to be. It's all up to your interpretation. Have fun with your cards. Don't take it so serious. Like, have fun with it. It's a serious thing to do readings for other people and to read, because you are opening yourself up to receiving spiritual messages. But at the same time, when you're learning them, when you're connecting with them, have fun with your cards. There's justice. And that's also a very, very powerful. This deck, like, this artist is just like all about using very strong, I see strength in every card, even in that fool. Like, even in the fool, it's like you just see like strength in every card. Every depiction that the artist did for this deck is just, it's just amazing. So here's justice. Desert Siren said, I like how the style of each card is so different. Beautiful and interesting deck so far. Yes, thank you. Um, let's see. Lisa said that card doesn't want to reveal itself, right? It like threw itself on the floor. Like, no. Here's the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. It's still very like this is like still very I see the very traditional, hanged man when I look at this, but I love that it's like his elbows, or their elbows are like on the floor. So, kind of chilling, but still extended, like still hanging from this this post up here, It's very nice. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all are gonna love this. Is Calavera Vera here? Calavera Vera and Desert Siren and Mary Jane. Y'all are gonna go crazy when y'all see this one. Look at this. Look at that death card. That is amazing, you guys. So beautiful. Look at this death card. How beautiful, how powerful. I'm telling you, and look at the eyes. I love that the artist did this with the eyes. Like, when you look, I'm not talking about the around her eyes. I'm talking about her actual eyes. This is so beautiful. And this is one of those cards that a lot of people kind of, they get a little bit nervous when it comes up in their readings. This is not a bad card though. The death, again, is the death represents transitioning from one thing into another. So ending one thing and starting something new. Death is, it can also be just the image. Now, when I'm looking at this art, I see a lot of symbolism for the ancestors, because Day of the Dead, we celebrate our muertos, our deceased loved ones. So I do see a lot of symbolism that would represent like the ancestors in here, just because she is dressed in very traditional Day of the Dead. her makeup, her clothing, the skulls, and then there's a marigold right here. So everything in this card is representing Day of the Dead, which we celebrate in our Mexican cultures. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Oh, hells yeah. Right? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and then look at Temperance. Look, oh, sorry, I'm getting a call. Look at Temperance. So sweet, so innocent, so adorable. Like, I love that. She's so cute. All right, the devil. The devil. This is another one that people get a little nervous when it comes up into their cards. This one is actually a very strong warning. It's a strong warning when it's upright. Now when it's reverse, it's a different meaning. So reverse is being liberated from oppression, being liberated from anything that has controlled you in the past, has held you back from living your happiest and most fulfilling life. But when we have it upright, now this is a lot of warnings about temptation. It's also warnings of jealousy. It's warnings about abuse. It's warnings about, and not just abuse from others, but maybe abusing yourself. If you look at the chest of the devil up there, you can see that there's a lot of faces, almost like, and I always talk about Freddy Krueger because he's like my favorite horror character. But when you look at his chest, you can see souls in his chest. You can see souls up there, and there's like one hand that's like reaching out. Let me point to it. See that this is the hand that's reaching out. These are all the faces, all the souls. So this could also represent addictions. It could represent alcoholism, being addicted to some type of drugs, being addicted to anything that is controlling you, that kind of has its like, you know, that kind of has you stuck, like feeling like you can't quit it. Yeah, see, Desert Siren said, I think it's a representation of dark and light. Yes. Um, Murillo said, "Hi, Nina. What's up, girl? I caught your live." Yes. Hi, Murillo. Welcome. I know I see some people that I haven't seen y'all in a while because I've been more on Patreon and on Facebook than anything. Yeah, and I haven't really been on YouTube so much. So it's really nice to see you guys on here. I missed you guys. Okay, so now we got the tower. The tower. And this one's really different because in the traditional tower, you would normally see well, it would be like a king and a queen falling from their castle, whereas this one, it's very different. Like it's like a pedestal that has been struck by lightning, and then she's kind of falling off of that pedestal, like she's falling off of that pedestal. So I love that she's here by herself. Like there's, it's just her. Like there's no partner with her. It's just her by herself. So I do like that representation. The tower isn't always a fun moment because the tower is like abrupt changes. Things coming to a very sudden ending unexpectedly, being emotionally shooken up due to changes that you were not expecting. But when you have this tower popping up, I try to look at it in a positive way, because if you think of like the tower, or in this case a pedestal, it's like a pedestal that she was on top of. When you think of that foundation falling apart, coming down, being struck by lightning and falling down, that would be like a foundation that wasn't very strong. So this moment gives you a chance to build something with more stability, and more put more effort into details. So you can look at cards, and I always like to try to give the most positive messages I can when I'm doing readings for people, because I do believe that when we as readers, when we're looking at these cards, and when we tell our querents what the messages are that are being given, I feel like it's always important to leave them with some type of a solution, or some type of a positive outlook on how they can make changes. Because when you tell somebody like, oh, it's just falling apart for you and that's it, like, oh, this is just falling apart, it's not going to work out, blah blah blah. When you say that to somebody, it puts them in a place where they feel like hope is lost. But when you read it in a way that is comforting and that is uplifting and that instills hope within them, then they know that they have the ability, and we all have the ability to create our own reality. So as a reader, and if you guys do decide, that you want to get yourself a tarot deck and learn it and start doing readings for yourself or for others, I always remember that you want to leave yourself, or you want to leave others with the most positive message that you can give, even if it doesn't seem like the most positive of readings, positive outcome. You can always look at, even with this tower right here, you can always look at it and be like, you know, this lightning bolt right here could have been like some new idea. So in order for you to um, you know, build something off of this new idea, this brilliant idea that came into your mind, it's important that you kind of start fresh, you start over, you got to start over, in order for it to be strong, and a strong foundation. Starting over, starting from the ground, working your way up is the best way. So there's ways that you can give positive messages even when you have cards like the tower, the devil, death, any cards like that. There's ways of giving positive messages. The star. Look at, she got elf ears. So pretty. Or fairy ears, right? Fairy ears. So she's got stars in her hair. She's pouring pouring this water into like a pond, we would assume, because the star, that's usually what usually in the star, traditionally, she's got 1 foot on earth, 1 foot in water, and she's pouring water into like a pond. So that's very beautiful too. Oh no, my phone's dying. Okay, so let me try to, I'm gonna put some pep in my step, right? Because I'm taking a long time. I'm like going into each card. The moon. Look at that. Yes. I love that the artist incorporated so many different cultures into one deck. This deck is so diverse, and it just, the art is just so beautiful. It's beautifully done in a way of paying homage to all different cultures. So in here we see that wolf. You can see the totems in the background. That moon has like a dream catcher. We got a white wolf and a black wolf. So pretty. Yes, I love it. Right? It's beautiful. Yes. All right, let me try to go a little bit faster. The sun. The sun. Victories, accomplishments, judgment. Judgment. Look at the headstones. I didn't even realize that at first. Look at these headstones. Such a beautiful deck. The world. The world. And look at this. Looks like a corn snake. Oh, it is a corn. It looks like a corn snake, and it's a snake that's eating its tail. So pretty. If you guys see anything, if you guys want to include any messages, please feel free to go ahead and do so. If one of these cards, if you want to put your meaning, what you feel that that card represents, please go ahead and put it here in the comments. I'm going to just try to flip through them as fast as I can, so I won't be able to really go into detail. Otherwise, it'll make this video extremely long, and I don't want to bore you guys. Even though I know I'm not boring. I don't want to keep y'all too long. And then I do have a client. I have a client coming up very soon. So here we go into cups. It's so pretty with that dove. I just got a dove tattoo too. Like that's the one that I have right here on my shoulder. So I love the dove. It's a very beautiful symbol of peace. Two of Cups. This one's very nice. This one's very nice. This is a representation of love and bonding. You know, in the water there's the male, and then pouring into that water is the female. Three of Cups. Celebrations. Four of Cups. Oh, that one's really nice too. Look at that. Five of Cups. Oh, look at that booty. Five of Cups. And look at how this person's like bleeding out of their hand. And the water is like the water has blood over it too. Losses, mourning losses. And these two cups right here are extended by blue ribbon. Also very representation. Six of Cups. A flying cat and a flying dog. And this one he's like he's definitely of Asian descent. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Some skulls down here. I love that it's like light and dark. It's like you know, it's a combination of both. Nine of Cups. And 10 of Cups. All right. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Oh, this one's nice. Look at how pretty. She's on like the back of a flamingo. Sitting on the back of a flamingo. I've never seen a flamingo on a tarot deck, and I've been really into flamingos lately. I don't know, for some reason, like a pink bird is just, I don't know. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. Look at the Two of Pentacles. The Jester. I love that. I would so wear something like that. I swear I would. Like for a witch's ball, I would wear something like this. It's so cute. Three of Pentacles. She's wearing an apron. Oh, artsy creativity. Four of Pentacles. Look at how he looks like a cheap ass. He's like, no, I'm not spending I'm not spending any more money. Like, oh my gosh. All right. Five of Pentacles. Look at little baby. It's so cute. Okay. Six of Pentacles. A little, you know, risque. But with the big eyes. It's super cute. And Lisa said, "Oh, I miss my dog. He's my super dog." Aw. Melon Lord said, "I'm trying to get pregnant, and if it's a girl, I might name her Dove." Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, Mary Jane said it's a corn snake. That's beautiful, Melon. Lots of luck to you. Okay. Hi, Debbie. Hello, sister. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. I love the colors. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, look at Nine of Pentacles. Look at how different. Okay, I'm going to show you this Eight of Pentacles. I'm going to show you the Nine of Pentacles so you guys can see how, like, you know, just the difference of the art, but you can still kind of tell it's the same artist. Is just that they just have like they have different styles, and I love that. Like, you know, they really like tapped into, it's almost like it's almost like including the message that they're wanting to deliver, but also like giving that specific message in a way that is not so much like um in one way, if that makes any sense. Like the artist is just very like, you know, can do art this way, but can also do things like this beautiful. Like this kind of looks a little retro when you look at it. You know, there's like, you know, you can pick up a little bit, you know, little retro out of it. But then when you see something like this, it's like so glamorous, you know, so beautiful. Okay. I'm good. How are you, sis? All right. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This guy reminds me a little bit of you know, the 10 of Pentacles. He reminds me a little bit of like the hunter from Snow White. And what I was looking at is that when you look right here, you can kind of see like you know, I want to say that's it almost looks like it's a male and a female, and the female is younger, almost like a princess, and they're going into a castle. So it reminds me of like the hunter from Snow White. Very awesome. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, very diverse in art styles. Yes, Melon. Yes, Melon said yeah, and there was that anime style one. It's very diverse in art styles. Yes. Yeah, different style of art. Yeah. Yeah, this artist really showed out for this deck. They're like, I can do this, I can do that. Knight of Pentacles, and it keeps it interesting for the reader as well, because when we're looking, you know, when you look at a deck that has so much of the same art, it kind of gets a little, you know, it gets a little boring. Whereas this one, it's like I feel like every card just holds a surprise. Like you don't know what the next one is gonna look like because they're so different. Queen of Pentacles. And she almost looks like you know, she kind of looks almost like a geisha a little bit, except she doesn't have like the makeup on. So pretty. King of Pentacles. See, now we oh, it happened again. King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles, we're kind of getting into that anime looking style again. All right. Ace of Wands. Very cool. Kind of looks like my nephew a little bit. Two of Wands. Look at that whale. That or is that? I think that's an orca. Yeah, it's so pretty. Yeah, I have to look at these more when I get a chance. I like to like really like observe them. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Look at this Five of Wands. She's riding on the back of a bear. That's a no, that's not a bear, that's a tiger. I like looked at the tail. I'm like, it's like a um I was gonna say like from Napoleon a liger, but like a bear and a tiger, a biger. I don't know. No, but then I seen that it is actually a tiger. It looks a lot like a bear though. When I looked at it for a quick second, I thought I saw a bear, and then I saw that striped tail, and I'm like, no, that's a tiger. And then I saw more stripes on them. So she's riding on the back of a tiger. Okay. Melon Lord said, oh yeah, I looked on Amazon. It says it's a collab. No wonder. Nicole said, new to reading, but what's the main difference between Oracle and Tarot cards? Would you consider them the same, or how would you use them the same? So Oracle and Tarot is, I mean, they're different. I feel like Oracle is definitely a really good place to start. Oracles are a lot of oracles. You can find oracles that have the messages right on the cards. Oracles for me are a little bit more for getting guidance as far as positive guidance. Whereas tarot kind of like lets you know like what's up, you know. Like it's like oracle would be like positive affirmations, uplifting advice, you know, a positive message, something to kind of like really start your day. Whereas tarot for me personally, tarot would be you know, if you're needing clarity, if you're needing some type of like clarity or wisdom, you know, if you're needing answers to a question, like specific answers, tarot is a little bit more, because there's so many cards to it, and oracle decks usually have don't usually have as many cards as a tarot deck does. And it doesn't make it any less powerful because it's still a form of divination. It's just me personally, I would use a oracle deck for like you know, for a positive message. Whereas tarot, I would use it for, okay, I need to know whether it be good or bad. I need to know. I need answers. That's how I look at it. If you guys want to go ahead and put your explanation of what you guys feel, do you guys like Oracle or do you guys like Tarot better, and why? Like, I would really love to know that too. That was a really good question, Melon Lord. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Nicole. Hey, Nicole. Thank you so much. That was a really good question. Um, I mean, I have Oracle and I have Tarot because I love them all. So yeah, I mean, they each one has its, you know, for me, I have like a connection with Oracle for my certain reasons, but I also have connection with Tarot for you know, again, like my specific reasons as far as needing more detail, needing more input. You know, the tarot can obviously give you a lot more in-depth answers, whereas oracles are really good for general advice. And you know, again, that's just my opinion, and everybody might have their own opinion, but you know, yeah, so you guys can leave what you feel, leave it in the comments because I'd love to see what y'all have to say about it too. Seven of Wands. And thank you so much for asking that question. I appreciate you, you know, getting involved in the comments. I love that. Thank you guys. Eight of Wands. We got this beautiful crone looking um, It just she's so pretty. She's like half bird, half woman. So it makes sense that this is a collaboration because I'm just like, yeah, now I can see it. It's two different, they're just very different forms of art. Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands, Page of Wands, so over here creating creatures in the fire. Knight of Wands. Look at, they all got like little smiley faces on them. They're so cute. When I first looked at this, I swear I saw axolotls. I was like, oh my God, are those axolotls? I love axolotls. Queen of Wands. See, so again, I had mentioned in the beginning of this video, when you see animals in here, like for example, you see this cat right here, and again, in pretty much every deck that I've seen, the Queen of Wands always has that cat, that black cat in front of her. So when you see those kinds of things, like the animal that's in there, the type of flowers that's in there, when you see these things, each thing has a representation. King of Wands. Oh, Nicole, she said Nina's making me fangirl. LOL. Ah, thank you. Um, let's see. Desert Siren says, oh wait, Nicole said the way you explained it made so much more sense. Thank you so much. Um, okay, Melon said, I use them the way you explained. Desert Siren said, I've always felt tarot gives a whole story to your question, past, present, future. Oracle is a nicer and greater for quick answers to questions. Yes. Debbie says, I love Oracle. I don't know how to read tarot, but I'm learning. That's awesome. That's awesome, Debbie. I love that. Desert said, I combine both sometimes. I love all decks. Yes, combining both. I've combined both, and I also use my tarot and I use my Oracle in my spell work, because these represent outcomes. They exactly like how Desert Siren said, past, present, and future. So if you want to use your cards to do some shadow work, to heal from Mexico, what? It's to heal from your past. You can use different cards that represent what you're doing shadow work for. If you're wanting to manifest something into your present, you can use, cards that represent what you're wanting to manifest in your present. Or if you're wanting to, pave the way for something to come in your future, you can also do that. And tarot and oracle is very powerful to incorporate it in your spell work. I really like to take candle magic and tarot, or candle magic and oracle. You can also use runes. You can use charms. There's so many different divination techniques that you can incorporate into your spell work. So don't limit yourself to just reading tarot or just reading oracle. Use them in your spell work because they're images. And when you look at these images, they help you to see what it is that you're wanting to do, and that's including for your past, your present, and your future. If you're wanting to heal something from your past, healing old wounds, healing old traumas, look in the tarot and see which card represents what you're wanting to heal. Three of Swords would be a really good card to use for, if you're wanting to heal from a relationship that, if there was some cheating that went on, you're having some trust issues, you want to work on healing those trust issues, work on healing your heart, maybe even working on self-love. And then if you want to put your future, for your future, you're wanting to bring in, the Two of Cups is a really good card for using to manifest like a healthy bond. Two of Cups is like one of the best cards next to the Lovers, you know, because the Lovers is a really good card for attracting your soulmate. But also the Two of Cups creates that emotional bond. If you're really wanting to be connected with your future partner and you're wanting your love to be reciprocal, then I recommend using Two of Cups. So just go through your deck, incorporate them into your spell work. It's again, it's they're tools that can be used for so many different things. um and there are books out there too, like tarot magic or tarot spells. I have seen books out there, so you guys can even get some books too if you want to read up or learn more on how you can incorporate tarot or oracle with your spell work. But I recommend to do it. I mean, they're right here. They give you that image, and then it also helps you to connect with that card or to connect with your deck. You know, you're building a relationship by working with it. And that's, again, that's one of the most important ways. You know, always paging through your cards, you know, flipping through your cards, doing a pick a day, draw a card every day, see what happens throughout that day, and then when you come back home, you know, look at that card and kind of connect what your day was like to that card. And then that right there helps you to tap into that information of what that card symbolized for you in your personal life. Because when you have your personal experiences, that's what makes a really good reader. That's when your intuition starts to kick in a little bit more, is when you experience what that message is delivering to you. You know, so yeah, there's so many different ways to really tap into your you know, I guess while I'm talking I could be paging through these cards. So it's a really good way for you to tap into your deck. um Speaking of the Three of Swords, look at this, is the one I was talking about. Like if you've been through you know, relationships where there was some lies or some betrayal, you know, Three of Swords is a really good card to work with, to help to heal from those past traumas so that you can move forward in a healthy way. You know, so that you can heal your heart, so you can heal from those emotional wounds. Four of Swords, that's a powerful sign right there. Oh my goodness. So if you look at this, it's the mom, it's the baby, and then here's the man lying to rest. Yeah, that's beautiful. Five of Swords, Six of Swords. I just noticed that the Six of Swords, all the swords are different. So it's almost like traveling along the way and then coming meeting up to all these you know, different experiences of, you know, different challenges, different traumas, different lessons, you know, and each sword being so different. Like those swords didn't just come from one, you know, we got like a pirate sword, we got, you know, like you know, the like round Knight of the Round Table type swords. There's different swords in here, so you could tell that they've been through some things, you know. Seven of Swords, sneaky. Look at this dude's like sleeping with all his swords, and then you got one out right there. Yeah, sneaky. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. Let's see. Melon said, I'm still learning. I did a few classes and read a few books, but the best way was just sitting with one or two cards each day and getting a feel for them. Yes, Melon. Yes, thank you so much for sharing. You guys definitely you know, leave your advice if you're on the journey of learning tarot, or if you're on the journey of working with tarot or learning oracle, you know, go ahead and leave your, you know, your messages right here in the comments, because you guys could be helping other people to you know, initiate that journey themselves, so that they could, you know, they could incorporate tarot as a form of guidance in their own path, in their own life. You know, we could all use some guidance, and if we have a tool that we can work with to give us that guidance, I'm all for it. Page of Swords. Oh, look at this one. I love all the colors. The Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Oh, we got water and we got fire. I don't know if these are, I don't, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know if these are, but they're double-sided. I'm gonna have to look in the book and see what these cards are meant to, how they're meant to be used, because these two are very different, you know, from the other ones, unless they're you know, unless they're giving like samples, because I know that some card makers give you like a sample of like the deck that they're coming out with. So I'm gonna have to look and see if these are part of this deck or if these are you know, meant to be with this deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at that because it's interesting. These are double-sided. You know, we got the elements. So I don't know if these are meant to stay with this deck or if this is like, hey, we're coming out with a new deck. Here's a sample, you know, because I've gotten those. I have, you know, when I place orders for tarot decks, I've gotten samples of decks that are going to be coming out. So that is it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. You guys really like held on for a while. Yes, element cards. You guys held on for a while because I paged through all of these. I paged through all these cards. So if you guys are interested in watching from the beginning, if you guys tuned in towards the end or toward the middle of this video, please go ahead and check out the beginning of the video if you guys would like to see the full deck, because I go through them card by card. And we were like talking about the meaning of the card in the beginning, but then all of a sudden I'm like, we're never gonna get through this deck if I don't start. So yeah, if you guys would like to order this deck, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm gonna give y'all my number. So get your pen and paper ready. If you guys would like to order this deck for me, you guys can definitely let me know. This is the Voice of Tarot VOX Arcana, and the deck is $26.95, and that is not including shipping. Shipping will probably be about $5 for me to ship this to you. So yeah, it's not including shipping. Again, if you guys want to look online, go ahead. You guys can order online, you know, or if you want to order it from me, you guys can order it from me as well. And you know, again, this was the Vox Arcana. So you guys can text me if you guys would like to place an order with me for this deck. My number is 773 704 7076. Again, my number is 773 704 7076. I know it's a lot of sevens. Everybody always says it, and it's the number of my Orisha. So yeah, I love that number. I've changed maybe 3 or 4 phones and 3 different companies, and I always take my number with me because I love it so much. So that is it, you guys. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you guys would like to see more videos with me, you guys can join me on Patreon at House of Spiritual Vibes. And on Patreon, I do a lot more different videos, more personal videos. If you guys would like to get to know me more on a personal level, or also see what it is that I'm doing. You know, I do vlogs, and I teach you different spell work. And my top tier, I actually send out love mail every month, witchy love mail, that you guys will receive a package from me every month. Every month it's a different package. So you guys can go ahead and join my top tier if you're interested in that. But I have 4 different, I believe I have 4 different tiers that you guys can look into on Patreon. So again, on Patreon at House of Spiritual Vibes, you guys can also join me every Monday where I do live tarot readings, T4C live tarot readings on Facebook at House of Spiritual Vibes LLC. So you guys can definitely like and follow me on all of those places. Don't forget to like and follow me here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that bell so that you guys can get an alert the next time I go live. And I will see you guys at the next video. Divine blessings to you today, tomorrow, and always. Ache. Good night, you guys. Bye.